dreamers, and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. As always, guys, thank you for all your love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing to the channel. And if you haven't done so, I encourage you to do so. It helps with growing the channel, getting the video out there for more people, as well as keeping me accountable. For personal readings, all that information can be found down below in the description. So Capricorn season. I'm a Capricorn, January 3rd. Yes. Anyways, now let me stop. There was and I feel like this is recent past energy where you were checked. You were forced into a space of self-evaluation, evaluating or reevaluating certain behaviors, taking accountability. It was to be honest with you, the way that it's coming through is like just check, right? Where you may have been doing something that maybe you weren't aware of. Let's put it that way. So you may have been judging others without realizing that you were doing so, or maybe you were being mean and you didn't realize, or maybe you were being stubborn and you didn't realize. Whatever it is for you specifically, you were checked on it, meaning you were sat down, whether it was physically by another person or by spirit, and being like, hey, like, we talked about this, right? And it was definitely a tough, let's put it this way, because that's the way I'm picking it up. It was a tough pill to swallow, but it definitely helped in humbling you, right? For whatever the reason. I feel that a lot of you guys have been super focused when it comes to career or finances, to getting ahead, that in the midst of it you may have started to feel disconnected with the passion in regards to either your purpose or to your career. And it was because there was a situation or a space where whether it was that you had to meet like certain quota, there was a certain amount of whatever that you had to produce in a certain amount of time, and it was almost kind of like the fun and what you enjoyed out of the situation was kind of like almost being drained out of it. And you had to either reevaluate or assess whether that was the right location or the right place to continue on, or whether it is time to go ahead and look for something else. So there is this energy of like getting back to why you fell in love with something, right? Or someone, right? Why did you fall in love with the person that you're in love with? Why did you fall in love with the career that you chose? Why did you fall in love with the hobby that you're doing? There is a reassessing that and getting back to the innocence of it, if that makes any sense. That's the way that it's coming up, Capricorn. I know it's so confusing at this moment, right? But that's the way that it's coming up, because it's almost kind of like getting to the core, the pureness of something that you're being directed to. There is a sense here for a lot of you where this does have to do with love. Maybe there was difficulty in a relationship where you and your significant other may have been arguing or fighting or whatever it is, and it's like finding the way back to each other, or asking yourself even if this is something that you still want, because it may have been something that you wanted 5-10 years ago, but it might not be in alignment with you anymore, and needing to be honest with yourself when it comes to that. So regardless of anything, I feel that there is this re-evaluating type of energy around for you. You're being asked to I love the way that's being shown right now. You're being asked to take a seat on your throne. Now, whatever that means for you, there is an area of your life where you're meant to shine, right? Whether that is at work, whether that is in your home life, whatever it is, right? There is a place in your life or an area of your life that you're meant to shine. You're meant to be the leader of, right? Instead of the follower. And I don't feel necessarily that you have been following other people, but you also haven't been leading. You have been more focused just on what you want and chasing your own goals. When there is a bigger picture to that. Let's just put it that way. And I don't know why that is coming up the way that it is coming up, but it is. There is a lot of movement for you this week. There is a lot of incoming communication when it comes to finances, when it comes to situations or people that you have been waiting to hear from. There is almost kind of like the silence is being broken and you're reaping is what I see, because I see like this increase or this flow of all those seeds that you may have planted years ago, and it's like they're all coming up at once. So that is something definitely to look forward to. There is a sense to be okay when you need to take a break, to be okay when you need to step back, to be okay when you need that time for yourself. For whatever the reason, I feel, Capricorn, that there is a sense where you, and it could just simply be because of the busyness of the holidays for those of you that celebrate, that maybe those times with yourself, or that time that you normally spend with yourself, became less and less, right? And it almost kind of feels like you're almost kind of like feeling guilty for going back to that self time, to that time by yourself, and you're being told like, let's not go down that rabbit hole again, okay? Like, you put in the work, you know what you got to do. Let's just put it that way. So don't ever feel, excuse me, guilty for taking time for yourself, whether that is just to meditate or read a book or whatever it is, or just to have like a mental break, right? And as you guys know, like, I have 4 kids, and I love my kids, like, honest to God, like, with all my heart. But there is time when mommy needs a break. And if that means I need to go away for like 4 days by myself somewhere in the woods, then I will go ahead and do that. And I don't feel guilty about it, because the same way, in order for me, let's put it this way, in order for me to have that unconditional love for my kids, right? I have to be able to have that unconditional love for myself. So then that means that when Perla needs something to help her feel more grounded, or to help her think clearly, or whatever it is, then I have to honor that, right? Because if I don't, then how am I going to honor anyone else's space that I claim to love, right? So if I can't honor what it is that I need when I need it, how am I going to honor what my significant other, or my kids, or my parents, or my siblings need? You can't. Get what I'm saying? Okay. So let's go ahead and let's pull out a couple of tarot just to see what we have. So we have the 8 of Swords in the reverse, the Page of Swords, and then the Page of Cups. So with the 8 of Swords in the reverse, again, you have been freeing yourself from a lot of things. Now, what you need to do this week, Capricorn, is this mindset that you always have to be on alert, or that you always have to be fighting. There is a sense here of like, if things are going good for you, Capricorn, do not ask yourself what is going to go wrong. I feel that this is kind of like, this has been one of your biggest challenges, where you get through the hump, or you get through something, whether it's healing, whether it's financial stability, whatever it is. And then you're almost kind of like too busy on guard about not wanting to lose it, that you don't embrace it, right? And then you call back in the energy that you just literally worked so hard to get rid of. So let's go ahead and let's see what we have for love for Capricorn. So the love energy, again, guys, doesn't necessarily have to be relationship romantic. It can be platonic, it can be a passion, it can be work, it can be self-love, or whatever it is. So for your love energy, we have release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So again, if you're not stuck on your ex, I get it, but remember what I just said about how when something good happens to you, you're kind of on alert. Then that's what you have to release. That is the ex, or that is the past pattern that you're carrying around that you need to let go of, Capricorns. So let's go ahead and let's see. We're gonna get a closing message. So what is the closing message for Capricorns? What is the closing message for Capricorns? Excuse me, guys. Whew. I need more water. And what? I'm like the weirdest person, right? I love infused water, but I like room temperature water. And if you've ever had infused water, it's best when it's cold. Like, I wouldn't recommend it room temperature. But then it's like when it's right out of the fridge, it just drives me crazy because I'm so used to like the room temperature water. So let's go ahead. Grief. Oh, I like this. Number 20. I know I'm crazy. It is but a mere glimpse of nothingness, hidden away deep within the chambers of your mourning. In the red clovers birthing lost illusions. Love this card. I'm keeping it. Now let me stop. So again, we go back to the space, right? Where when you are on alert, waiting for something bad to happen, waiting for something, you know, for things to go down, like, you know, for things to be turned upside down. It is an illusion, and you're in yourself, you are attracting that, right? You're creating that as a reality. So stop living on survivor mode, Capricorn, and know that it is safe for you, or you're in a safer or a better place at this moment, and just allow yourself to embrace life and just continue on moving forward. But don't keep on wondering about what is going to go wrong, because the more that you spend time in that space, the more you're going to attract that. Well, guys, that is all that I have. Sending every single one of you love, strength, and blessing. Guys, take care. Love you all. Mwah. Bye-bye.